Welcome to the Chicago Bears Podcast, a presentation of ESPN Chicago, Chicago's home for sports. Here's your host, Pat, the Designer.
There is smoke back in Bears Packer land, and I love the smoke. Yes. I think that we're going to have a little bit more even competition, but Justin Jones was not thrilled that Aaron Rodgers was out of the division and even had some choice words for Packers fans. Let's listen in on that.
Different is it going to be now that Aaron Rodgers is somewhere else?
I wish he played one more year with Green Bay, honestly. We went up there and we played a pretty good game, you know, but they got away from us at the end, obviously, and they won, but their fans are really shitty. So, I wanted to go back up there and I wanted to play him and I wanted to beat them and I wanted him to be there so you can see it. But the fact that he's gone now, you know, I mean, it's cool. I guess it's better for him not to be here, you know. But yeah, man, I'm ready to take it over. I mean, it's a good time to be a Bears fan. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So
this is a follow-up question I never thought I'd ask. In which ways are they shitty?
Man, like just the way that they're just freaking obnoxious, just yelling and all that other stuff about things that don't even matter. Like we're not even running the play, and you guys are talking about boo, oh yeah, go green. Like what are we even talking? The game hasn't even started yet. Like what are we even talking about here? Like, you know, y'all. Half of them don't even know football. It's so weird to me. But I'm just ready to go back out there and play, and I want to go out there and I want to beat the hell out of them, you know, on their field, and I want to hear the boos then, you know. That's what I look forward to.
Now, J-Mac, you know, the team up north, as you like to call them. Do you agree with Justin Jones's assessment of that team up north?
1,000%. I love it, man. I mean, it's such a great rivalry, man. It's just, I mean, it's awesome. Like even when, you know, we would take the bus up to Lambeau. Can't say Lambeau because we stayed in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Shout out
to probably for the best.
Yeah. We shout out to the staff at the Radisson Paper Valley Hotel that we stayed in when we went there. Like they were good, but those are only people, you know, that I cared about that were a part of Green Bay or whatever. But you know, going up there and you know, going to the game on game day. I mean, Lambeau's in the middle of a neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So you're driving through the neighborhood. And there's generations of hatred in terms of the Packers hating the Bears. So you drive into the stadium and you look over, right? And you see grandma and grandpa give you the finger. You see mom and dad give you the finger. Then you see like the baby in the car seat giving you the finger. I'm like, they got the baby giving us the finger. You know what I mean? It's that bad. So, you know, I share the same sentiment that he has with Packers fans. I think it's awesome, you know, that he came out and said that because they're obnoxious. Even the Packers fans here in the Chicagoland area, they're obnoxious as well.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that I like that he said, you know, he wishes Aaron Rodgers was still there because obviously, you know, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And now Aaron Rodgers is not there. So if you beat him, is there going to be an asterisk on it saying, oh, well, A-Rod wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But same time, hey, man, you got to go out there and play. And it's going to be good to see the Bears, you know, take back this rivalry. I'm going to claim it.
Are you hoping for a Bears Jets Super Bowl at some point in the next 2 years so that we can finally see that? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, somebody asked you that, there's like, would you take a Bears Super Bowl if you had to play the Jets in the Super Bowl? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, look, I grew up with basically the end, a good chunk of Brett Favre's career and all of Aaron Rodgers' career.
Yeah.
He got me shook. I got PTSD over this man's, bro. Like nobody was winning. Nobody could beat this shit. You know what I mean?
A-Rod, does he own you, Pat?
Hey, bro, listen. It hurts to say, but when he threw this one, I'm not gonna lie. It was like when he had that one there. It was like, all right, say a goodbye to the fans. It was like, all right, A-Rod, like we don't need the goodbyes, brother. Yeah, we don't need the goodbyes out here, bro. Like just go.
Yeah, I was at that game, and you know, obviously leaving the game, and then you're riding home, and you hear like him say that during his press conference. It got me fired up, and I wasn't even playing. You know what I mean? I was like, I can stand that mother. Like, you know, I'm gonna choke him, put him in a headlock. You know what I mean? But it's you know, I mean, you look at what he's done, and it's, you know, that he's just, man, it's just like he just has your number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he just has your number. But at the same time, I don't give a dang who's there or not. We got to take back the rivalry. And
Oh, yeah.
looking forward to it. Opening day, Soldier Field. It's going to be exciting.
Do you like that it seems that players actually care about it? Because I feel like, right, like we always hear like the, it's the Packers, they are rivals, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't seem like anybody really cares as much about it anymore. I feel like Aaron really held that. And it seems like Justin now has that, like, no, we got to beat the Packers. Like, I don't care what else we do. We got to beat the Packers. Seems like Justin Jones as well. I was talking about Justin Fields, but Justin Jones, he's being very vocal about it. And I feel like we haven't seen that in a while, right? A lot of the coaching staff comes in and say, yeah, it's a division game, so it's more important, but it's the same as any other division game. And realistically, it's not.
Yeah. As a player, like you hear that all the time as a player, living in Chicago, in the Chicagoland area. You cannot go. There's nowhere you can go. And, whatever you do, you can have the best season in the world, but if you don't beat the Packers, you're going to hear about it. Or if you can have the worst season in the world, and they're going to say, hey, beat Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can you beat Green Bay this year? So it's ingrained in you, whether you care, whether, you really care about that rivalry or not, you're almost forced to care about it because it's just such the hatred between these two organizations. It's
Right.
ingrained in you. It's ingrained in you as a player, whether you want that or not. So, even now, I still, walk around in the 5. If I'm in the airport and I'm wearing, some Bears gear and there's a Packers fan there, we're looking at each other like, yeah, I'm like, F you. He's like, yeah, F you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what, it's always around you, man. It's always around you.
It's funny because it's like there is that part of me that's like, oh, it's a little bit tainted because Aaron's not there. And I wanted to beat Aaron. I wanted to see us get over the mountaintop with Aaron there. But it's still, I think the thing is too, right? Like, we don't know what Jordan Love is going to be. Who's to say Jordan Love's not going to be a very good quarterback? I said, my hope is that Jordan Love's just good enough that they can't get rid of him, right? That means that he's probably going to get a couple of games versus the Bears over the span of time, right? Like, my hope is I just want y'all to experience life without a quarterback. There's people that are 40 years old that don't know what life without a quarterback is like in Green Bay. Like, I want y'all, because remember, every time that they would lose in the first round, which was glorious. It was basically our Super Bowl every year. But every time they would lose in the first round, if you listen to Packers radio or listen to Packers fans online, it was just, get rid of Aaron. We don't need him. We don't want him. We don't want the dude that just won 2 MVPs through 43 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Y'all don't want that? We'll take him.
Right.
Like, do you know what we dealing with down here?
Yeah, isn't that funny? As much as you hate the guy because he's on Green Bay, you've got to respect the player. And, I my dislike for him is because he plays for that team up north, but as a player, as a former player and as a fan of the game, I mean, you cannot knock what he's done for the game. You cannot knock the way he plays.
Yeah.
You cannot knock the way he elevates the play of his teammates. You cannot knock that he is a, all-time great, one of the best to ever do it. I mean, he's consistent too. You know what I mean? Like, the dude just. Now I'm not going to comment on him. Okay, that's the only praise I'm going to give him. I don't want to praise him. You get what I'm saying. Like, he's a good player.
Yeah. He's going to be a great Jet. You know what I mean? He's going to be a great Jet. We'll talk about that.
Part of the paper planes. The paper planes.
Oh man, it's. Let's hope that we retake this rivalry. I'm not going to lie to you, dog. Like, that first week, I said this when the schedule came out, that first week versus Green Bay, I'm glad that we have players with this mindset in here because that could set the tone for the rest of your season. I don't care if it is, right, like it's the Aaron Rodgers list Green Bay Packers. That getting a win versus your rival week 1, and if you can do it in a convincing fashion, that can set you up with the confidence that you need moving forward. Who knows how many games you're able to rattle off after winning something like that, right? Like, we finally get over the mountaintop. I bet that was our toughest hurdle. Now let's keep it going. So I'm excited to see what week 1 is going to bring. And listen, at the end of the day, let's hope that there's a good ending to this movie.